Phosphor Dot fans, Earl at thelogbook.com. We're on the Game Boy Advance, and we haven't done the Game Boy Advance in quite a while, but I thought it was time to revisit an old friend. Man, I haven't plugged this one in a long time. This is the Pac-Man Collection, which was released fairly early in the GBA's lifespan, celebrating 20 plus years of Pac-Man. This was, of course, released by Namco, and it includes the original arcade game as well as a couple of additional arcade iterations, and Pac Attack, because Namco just can't put Pac-Man out there without reminding us that they tried to turn Pac-Man into Tetris for whatever reason. As you can see, Pac-Man itself is available in two forms, full screen or scroll. Let's compare those two real quick. The attract mode, of course, is intact. Very nicely done. This is the full screen mode. And as you can see, it reduces the game down to I don't want to say minuscule size, but it doesn't do it any favors, I'll put it that way. And I didn't do Pac-Man any favors. Let's get a close-up look at the full screen mode. It's not bad. It's playable. But it just kind of loses out on the promise that the GBA had that it could actually make things look just like the original. But I will say this, it is nice that Namco provided players with the option. They could make the choice themselves. Did they want to see the entire playing field, or did they just want to see part of it? Let's go back and see what the other option was. This is scroll mode. Now, those of us who were around for Pac-Man Jr. in the arcade, or Junior Pac-Man, well, you kind of know the drill here. This is sort of like that, except it scrolls vertically instead of horizontally. Oh! Now, again, nice of Namco to offer the choice between the two modes, because there are some who may feel like they are kind of hamstrung if they can't see the entire maze. It's perfectly playable either way. Yeah, any errors I committed there were purely my own and not attributable to... Oh, Oops, sorry. Not attributable to whether it was in scroll mode or full screen mode. Pack Attack. Okay. So we also get Pac-Mania and Pac-Man Arrangement. Now, Pac-Man Arrangement we have talked about before. This was in one of the Namco Classic Collection coin-ops. This was, if you remember, there were a couple of coin-ops that Namco did in the early to mid-90s that collected both the original versions of some classic Namco arcade games in one cabinet, plus arrangement versions. And Pac-Man Arrangement is kind of fun, I'll admit. And this is a very good port of it. If I'm not mistaken, this was the first home version of Pac-Man Arrangement that anyone had. Oh, I've got a decoy. That was my power-up right there. There's the decoy. Alright. Pac-Man's hitting the shrooms. Neat thing about Pac-Man Arrangement is it puts stuff in different places. So if you are accustomed to doing things with a certain pattern or in a certain order, it won't help. Let's try out Pac-Mania, because this is actually a fantastic port of Pac-Mania. This may actually be my favorite way to play Pac-Mania, is on the GBA. Something about the GBA's controls really lend themselves to this game. Or vice versa. I believe I have a prize. Ah, cherries. The sound is spot on, the graphics are spot on. The GBA is really good at this. I have no notes. Oh. Alas, poor Pac-Man. The special item is gone. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way, shall we? but not that way. Very nicely done. I mean, it completely nails the look and sound of the arcade version. This is as perfect a translation as you can get. The one turkey in the room, of course, is Pac-Attack, which hails from that moment right after Tetris hit big, where everyone was like, oh, we need our own version of Tetris. And that included Namco. Why they felt quite so compelled to do this to us, I don't know. But in nearly every arcade compilation since Pac-Attack arrived, they have saw fit to they've seen fit to inflict it on us again and again and again. There was nothing wrong with Tetris, but not everything needed to be turned into Tetris. Just putting that on the table. So there you have it, Pac-Man Collection on the GBA. Very nicely done. This was one of my favorite GBA cards back in the day. This got a lot of play from me, and with perfectly good reason.